From the moment a military technician captured a photograph of a UFO hovering over the forest in 1968, Hoyobasiu has gained paranormal notoriety around the world, with some believing it to be a portal that causes visitors to disappear. Those who have passed through the forest without being zapped into another realm have reported rashes, nausea, and feelings of anxiety, according to The Independent. Known as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania, the spooky curved trees that populate the forest just add to the eerie atmosphere. Buried 20 meters underground, the Paris catacombs are a literal, bone-chilling labyrinth filled with the remains of millions of Parisians. The tunnels, which were the result of 13th century mining, became a mass grave in the 18th century when the cemeteries in Paris began to overflow. Descend into the catacombs, and the air takes on a noticeable chill. A haunting inscription about the entrance to the catacombs reads, R.A. tilde superscript A.T., say ici l'Empire de la Mort. A. Stop. This is the Empire of Death. The catacombs are open for tours, but we'd advise you don't get lost. It's said that if you're inside the tunnels after midnight, the walls begin to speak a broken bar. Despite its status as a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its well-preserved examples of Aztec life, the neighborhood of Xochimilco has reached a certain amount of internet fame for its Island of the Dolls. Hidden among the region's many canals, the site is famous for the hundreds of dalsa and dollparsa hanging from trees and scattered among the grass. While it might look more like a horror movie set, the Chinampa, akin to an artificial island, used to be the residence of a now-deceased man named Julian Sandra Barrera. After finding a dead girl's body in a nearby canal, Barrera collected and displayed the toys in the hopes of warding off evil spirits. Reports National Geographic. Daring souls can hire their own boat and view the island safely from the water. Located just 100 miles southwest of Delhi, the lush ruins of Banner Fort make for a curious juxtaposition against the desert landscape of Rajasthan. To this day, the oasis remains largely uninhabited due to an alleged curse cast by a disgruntled sorcerer after his advances were rebuffed by a local princess. If you prefer your trips to skew more spiritual than haunted, Traveler's former editor-at-large Hanya Yanajahara suggests saluting the sun during a session of pre-dusk yoga at the site. Burgilt states back to 1157. So you better believe the list of myths surrounding the castle is quite long. The most compelling tale is that of a young countess named Agnes, who was betrothed to a fellow noble but called off the engagement after she met him. According to legend, he sucked. The scorned nobleman laid siege to the castle and Agnes perished after taking up arms to defend her castle. Her mournful spirit can still be sensed today, most strongly in her former bedroom with her pierced armor and battle axe on display. Built in 1145, the inn was used by priests who kept slaves and workers in there to help build the street. Mary's Church. Located in Watton-under-Edge, it is situated on two ley lines, places believed to have spiritual energy from Stonehenge. It has also been reported that it was the scene of a child sacrifice and devil worshipping. It is widely believed that the redirecting of water on the ancient Ram property caused a portal for dark energy to open up, meaning many ghosts haunt the inn. The A Witch's Room is said to be haunted by a woman burnt at the stake in the 1500s as she was accused of being a witch. Despite being well known as one of the most haunted places in the world, featuring on TV programs such as A Most Haunted and A Ghost Adventures, the inn has changed hands several times in the recent past, making the owners difficult to track down. However, many paranormal events are hosted at the inn. The Hellfire Club was a hunting lodge, built in 1925 for William Connolly, an Irish parliamentary speaker. The stones of the buildings are from ancient passage tombs, said to have angered the devil, which first associated the site with the supernatural. The lodge reportedly became a gathering place for a small group of Dublin elites who met for debauchery and devil worship. Its ruins sit atop the summit of Montpelier Hill in the foothills of the Dublin Mountains. Tales of animal sacrifice, black masses, cloven-hoofed men and murder are linked to the structure. The most popular tale tells of a visit by a satanic creature, in the form of a man, who was only discovered when one of the players dropped a card and on picking it up, noticed the guest had cloven feet. On his discovery, the creature disappeared in a ball of flames. There are stories about a big black cat, the size of a dog, who took on a priest and haunts the lodge. The most regular ghostly visitor is a young lady, believed to have been placed in a barrel, set on fire and rolled down the hill for fun. The Hellfire Club is a popular stopping point on a walking trail through the Dublin Hills. Ghost tours of the site are also available, with extra tours running for the week of Halloween. His large, picturesque county house was built by Canadian lumber magnate Carl Beck. After his wife died, his eldest daughter Mary took over as head of the household. Despite raising her younger siblings, she was left only a single dollar in her father's will. The rest of the estate was divided amongst the siblings that she'd given up her life to care for. Guests staying at Carl Beck House have reported seeing a suited-up man being chased by a very angry woman wearing a dark-colored blouse and skirt. No prizes for guessing who they are. You can spend the night Carl Beck House on Airbnb, with prices starting from $98 a night. If you're unafraid of a thrill, that is, the house frequently lands on lists of the most haunted Airbnb properties you can stay in. This unfinished mansion, built in a Moorish Revival and Indo-Saracenic style, was started by a Scottish planter named William Kelly Smith. It was meant to be a gift to his wife, but sadly he died of pneumonia in Lisbon, Portugal, where he was visiting to purchase a lift for the property. Neither his wife nor his children could bear to return to the property, and other family didn't wish to return to Malaysia, so it was left to decay and become derelict. Photographers visiting the area for its nature and wildlife have claimed to see ghostly figures standing by the window frames. The man himself, Mr. Kelly Smith, despite dying in Portugal, is still said to haunt the second-floor hallway, no doubt disappointed his grand vision was never completed. Kelly's castle still stands to this day, and you can embark on a private tour to fully explore the building and its history. Tours are available daily from Kuala Lumpur, which is 2 hours away. With some 6 centuries of history to its name, it's no wonder the walls of the Forbidden City house haunting secrets. Many imperial executions occurred within the city, and the marks of this violent past are said to still exist today. It wasn't till the 1940s, though, when the palace underwent work before opening to the public, that people began to report strange occurrences. Guards reported sightings of odd animals running around the grounds, flutes being heard after dark, and a weeping woman who is said to wander the grounds, dressed entirely in white. This country home in England may be gorgeous, but it also has a dark past. The mysterious brown lady, rumored to be Lady Dorothy Walpole, was reported to be one of Raynham Hall's apparitions captured on film in the December 1936 edition of Country Life. Guests can visit the home on open days throughout the year. This lighthouse became infamous during the Civil War when the light was removed to disrupt Union shipping, a just part of the structure's long, and sometimes tragic, history. However, visitors have reported seeing the ghost of a lighthouse keeper there who is always quite friendly. During your next trip to St. Augustine, you can visit the site during the day or take a ghost tour at night. Borgvattnet is a small village in northern Sweden, known for having one of the most haunted houses in the country, the old vicarage. Inhabitants of the home have reported multiple sightings, including a lady in grey, as well as unexplained sounds and moving objects. The house now serves as an inn and restaurant.